Ask Jade. Today I'm going to go over some record keeping tips, mostly on the legal side, but also with some tax record keeping tips. So it can be tedious, keeping good records, but there's many benefits to it. You track your business's health, make sure you're making sound business decisions, you prepare for your taxes more easily, it helps to manage your cash flow, and if you need financial assistance from banks, it helps with getting loans. So you always want to keep every receipt, bank statements, invoices. A lot of this is online now, so that helps make it easier. Also payroll records, any kind of documentary evidence that supports your income and deductions, especially when it comes to doing taxes. And when it comes to taxes and record keeping for your business, you want to keep most documents for at least 3 years. Employment tax records, that you want to keep those for 4 years. If the IRS wants to audit you or come back and question something on your return for any reason, they have up to 6 years to do that. So when it comes to tax things, you want to hold on to stuff for at least 6 or 7 years just in case the IRS comes back and asks some questions, and then you'll have that documentation. And then also, some of this other stuff I'm going to touch on may not be as helpful when it comes to taxes, but is just helpful in running your business. So any contracts that you've signed with clients, with employees, with vendors, with contractors, anybody you're contracting with in general, you want to keep copies of the original in paper form, create some sort of file system, and then also scan and keep an electronic copy of the contracts in case you ever need to refer back to what everybody's obligations are or show proof that you had a contract. Of course, you want to keep your articles of incorporation if you're a corporation. You want to keep your articles of organization if you're an LLC. You need to have that along with your annual reports. You must keep all of those business documents together and somewhere where you have them and can supply them if needed. Business permits, if that's something that applies to your business. Executive decisions, such as when you hold board of directors meeting and you record your minutes, your bylaws, your resolutions adopting your bylaws, even anything where there's a meeting of your members, or even if you're solo and you're making a decision, especially when it comes to a corporation, you want to have those minutes so you can refer back to it and show that this is something that actually took place on behalf of the business. And if you have employees, a lot of record keeping comes in play with employees, but again, a lot of this is online if you have a payroll system. Keep your hiring and evaluation documents. If you do annual performances, performance reviews, anything like that, you want to keep that documentation. You want to track the total hours worked. You want to track the income tax withholdings. If there's any injury reports, workers' compensation, you want to keep track of all of those documents as well. So it's, like I said, it's tedious, but it pays off. Just create a good filing system for paper things, have everything labeled, or it's so easy to scan and put everything into a folder and have it right there in case you need it. Just put it under a name, title, administration for your business documents, client names for your clients, employee names for your employees, and keep it all together. So taxes are easier, and running your business is just easier and goes a lot more smoothly. And a lot of these things, like I said at the end, are legal compliance. If a lawsuit comes up, you want to have these documents so that they can't come after your personal assets, so you can show you're a legitimate business. And if you want to make sure you have all of those documents in order and that you actually even have those documents to begin with, always reach out to me, contact me. I'll take a look at all of your records and make sure that you're in compliance and keeping everything nice and in order. So this was another episode of Ask Jade. See you next time.